Okay, so you got your banjo, came in the mail. We're going to go over how to get the strings back on it, getting it playing for you. So first step you want to do is kind of lay everything out for you. The tools that you'll need are going to be a pair of wire clippers most likely. With the nylon strings, even a good pair of scissors will work for that. And also a tape measure or a ruler of some kind. Something that's going to be about 26 inches long at least. And first step you want to do is take your tailpiece. All the strings should be tied onto it. And kind of separate all of these strings out so you have all 5 of your strings there spread out. They're not wound up anymore. Then we're going to go to the pegs. And you should have 5 pegs altogether. One of them is going to be a little bit shorter, and you're going to notice that the hole's in a different spot on that one for the string. That's the one that's going to go on the side of the neck right here. So you can eliminate that one from the pile, put that one in just like that. Just snug, just so it's not falling out. You don't have to push too hard. And then your other 4 remaining pegs, these are all going to go into the headstock here. Now, it's important to kind of try them out in different spots, see which one they fit the best in. The most important thing when you're putting them in is that that little hole pokes through on the top. So you should be able to see that, and it should be able to sit kind of snugly without moving too much. I've already gone through and found out where these pegs fit, so we'll just go through and put all these in here. And again, just snugly so that they don't fall out. Like that. You can see all of the holes are all visible there. And I always like to turn them so that they're kind of perpendicular to the headstock. It makes everything a little easier. Next step, we're going to take the string that's closest to you, the 5th string. It should also be the shortest string. And you're going to put it right into that hole on the 5th peg. And pull it all the way through. You can pull all the slack out of this. You don't have to leave anything extra. These strings are really stretchy. So we're going to take that and we're going to go back around this way and just tuck it under the string. So it's going to sit like that. And then all you're going to do is turn this peg while still holding that end, and that's going to pinch everything. Once you've got a little bit of tension in the string, you can put it right back on your 5th nut, like that, and you're all set with that string. So we're going to move on to the next one. This one may be wound, have a kind of a metal winding on it, or it may be red, or it may be just plastic. Either way, it's going to be the same process. We're going to start from the inside of the headstock and go to the outside of the headstock with all these strings. So that one is going to go through the hole, maybe. Come on. There we go. If you do have a hard time with it, you can always clip just a little bit off of it, because like I said, these will stretch quite a bit. So pull all that slack out, and then you're going to just come right back around like that, and pull it up like that. And then when you start turning the peg, it's going to pinch the string. And then once you've got it snug where the string's not falling off, you can move on to the next one. And I'll go a little faster on all of these. So from the inside of the headstock to the outside of the headstock, like that. And then we'll go back around, like that. And then turn the peg so that it pinches it. This might be a little finicky if you're doing it for the first time, but I promise you it does get easier. So from the inside of the headstock to the outside, like that. And you pull all the slack right out of it, and then back around like that. And then these all get turned in the opposite direction of the others, so all the strings go from the inside of the headstock to the outside of the headstock. So they're all winding this way and this way. And then the last one. inside to outside, and then loop back under so that the string gets pinched. And then we can tune it right up. Okay, so then the next step is you've got all these little notches in the nut there. You want to make sure that their strings are evenly spread so that they lay nice and flat and even across the fingerboard. And then we can take our bridge. Some of these bridges will be marked with the front or back. They'll pretty much all have 5 slots in the top. And you can just lift these strings up with your fingers. There's not a lot of tension on these strings yet. And just slide your bridge underneath. Then what you want to do is separate the strings out so that they're all sitting in those slots evenly. And then once that bridge is in position, if you don't have marked spots on the bridge or on the head for where the bridge goes, I'm going to show you how we find that spot. And once we do, we can start tuning up. So take your ruler, and what you're going to do is you're going to measure from the nut, which is right here, from the center of the nut to the center of the 12th fret. So if we count down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We'll measure from the 12th fret in the center of the nut. Then what we're going to do is double that distance. An easy way to do that is kind of shift everything down, put your thumb right on the 12th fret, and slide the bridge till it's at the end of your measuring stick or ruler. So that's going to give us a good starting point for our intonation. And then it's just a matter of tuning each peg up. These strings are going to want to stretch and they're going to want to pop out on you, so you might have to do it a couple of times. The way to get them to hold and keep from kind of spinning undone on you is to just give it a little bit of pressure towards the banjo itself. And once you've done that, they should hold. And you can give it a little snug push in there, and that'll hold all your strings in. It's always helpful if you've got a tuner, if you're like me and you can't tune it by ear. So we'll just get it roughly so that we got tension on everything. And again, if they're slipping on you, a little bit of pressure into the headstock will hold that peg and keep it from slipping. And this should kind of even the strings and everything out on the fingerboard. If you do have something that's off center, you can give a little push to the tailpiece to one side or the other to get all the strings to lay nice and even on the fingerboard. That's about it for setting up something with nylon strings and pegs. If you have any questions, you can give us a call. The number here is 585-473-6140, or you can check us out online or email any of us at bernunzio.com. Thanks.